So this is your host. This is your host Stephen back coming at you again. With another unscripted rant. And if you're wondering what I'm eating, it's kind of between something that's good and gross. It's I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's liverwurst, guys. But I'm not gonna butcher the name. So Bronzeware, Braun Swigger. So I don't know how to. I can't say it. I don't know. With bacon added. Well, now I wonder why it's so good. Yeah. So you know, I get on this channel, I get on this YouTube, and I don't like to. You know, this is one of the grossest, most good things. I don't know what it's so disgusting. It tastes like, I imagine, what, like, if they turned a wet dog that died into a sausage or something. But somehow it tastes good. It's freaking disgusting. But it's good at the same time. I guess it's like not an everyday thing, but when you want it, you want it. But I don't like to come on here and say mean stuff. I don't like to come on here and have beef with people. I don't like to come on here and talk bad or talk down about or on people who are just minding their own business. You know, I don't like doing all that. I try not to do that because that's not really what I'm trying to do. I think some people may have misconceptions here. That's not what I'm doing with this. What I'm doing is I hit point and I speak on things that I feel like need to be addressed because I see a society that is broken and manipulated, and I feel we all suffer. Not all. I feel like the average person suffers from it. I feel like if you have enough money, it may not impact you as much. It probably still impact you, but you know, I have to come on here and be honest. So, you guys seen the two pictures I put up? You guys see these two people I'm kind of speaking on, and you guys see the stark differences. Okay, so personally, me, I'm satanic. Me, I'm left-hand path leaning. Me, I believe in a culture of peace, but I also 100% believe in an incredibly brutal, violent culture of war that once any people or persons or establishments, and I don't even care, law, I don't care who you are, whatever, I'm not going to say anarchy, but I believe in that if you have the physical force and you have the means to get away with whatever you need to do, and justice needs to be taken and people need to be punished, it's my vigilante-like belief that you should do just that, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? Now, I'm sure that's not good to popular opinion. Popular opinion will say, well, not only is that illegal, but you're insane. And I'm like, okay, that's valid if you want to believe that. That's valid, and that's okay to come to that conclusion. But I don't really agree with that. And one thing I have to say about that is I also believe that history is written by the people who win. Okay, the people who get to decide who, in which direction common people push their opinions or lean towards their opinions and all that and all that stuff. What's acceptable and all that. That inherently is different for every person. But a person or peoples do get in a position to where they are able to manipulate that to a degree because their money, their position, and their power. And sometimes I believe they're right in what their decisions are, and sometimes I believe they're wrong. Now, if you ask me personally, people aren't going to like this. Sometimes I think the whole world should be completely destroyed. Sometimes I believe that, like, the jail system in itself needs to be completely destroyed. And by destroy, I don't mean destroy the system. I mean kill every person that's in the inside of the building. That is crook. And when I say everyone, I mean basically like saying like all the people who are without true blame get out, and even you officers in there that have serious things that should be blamed on you, that is seriously punished, should be punished. Everybody dies that's in there. That just really deserves that type of punishment. You know what I mean? And there's no questions about this. There's no humane. This is no like we can't do this. This is no. We're just going to let them live out. There's no. It's complete annihilation. And that's just my type of thinking. You know what I mean? That's just like obviously none of this stuff will ever happen. But let's say if this was just a science like a sci-fi movie or something. Let's say if this is just a story or something, right? A ghost story. Woo! Right? That's how my little story I want this to go. Is, that's the way it should be. And what I also have to say is, this is something like not kind of philosophical, but I really kind of believe this. I kind of believe that this is gonna make some people mad, but I'm just gonna say this. A lot of in modern day society, this is. And I'm just gonna say this, you guys, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm just gonna say it. Now, one for one, media is about money. Media is not necessarily always about giving people what they really want or what they need. Media is a lot about just selling and stirring up like attention to things to try to sell them. But I'll put it like this: if you really want to be on the pulse of like men, I'm just saying I know I speak for this because I'm a man. I mean, I'm not speaking for any other group. All you have to do is really look on TikTok and Instagram, and there you go, and that's what we want. You know what I mean? That's what we need as men. Second, I'm just gonna say that like, if you look at the way society is nowadays, and you look at the toxic behavior in society, and then you look at the toxic cultures of society, and you look at the toxicity of media, I really believe this. Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. Now, I think that a lot of our ancestors, especially ancestors that were in like armed forces, had to do dangerous things and ended up, possibly dying either from that or just they really, really had to go through traumatic experiences to get us to this place that we are now. Because think of it, really, just think of it this way. I mean, no one has to pay respect to dead people. They're dead. Now, I mean, it would be a scary ordeal. I feel like if some of you had to face them face to face in this current state, because they would break your jaw. I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of them they would cock you cold. And the reason why I say that, and I really believe that, is because they did not do all the crap and go through all the crap they had to go through for you people out here to behave the way that you do. They would be turning in their graves. They did not go through certain things so we could be this. That was not it. Now I'm sure some of them maybe they really didn't care. I'm sure some people maybe they did things they had to do because it was the easiest thing that they could do. Not easy, but I'm saying the best alternative in their mind. Like they didn't want to go to school, they didn't want to try to find a different type of career. They, maybe they were just a little twisted and they actually wanted to be in the midst of danger and chaos and stuff. So maybe that's why they signed up for what they did. But think of it this way: a lot of them, just like us nowadays, they always had a better envisionment of a future, a society, and rights, and things like that were always in their mind, you know. And they actually wholeheartedly and purely did what they had to do and endure what they had to endure because they had a vision, right? Not all, but some, obviously. Some. It's just human nature. And I mean, are you kidding me? This is what I mean about people being like dead. Like you're cold and dead inside. Like you don't men do not let me just put it to you this way, guys. We do not give a crap. I'm trying to keep this clean because I actually wish this could be monetized. Even though I know a bunch of half of you YouTube moderators or people or whoever in these positions, something's wrong with you. I'm just gonna say it like that. But you know, I put these two people up here because people know who these people are. If you don't know them by face, I'm not even gonna say their names because if I say their names, certain types of you people, you scum, you're not going to try to probably harass either one of these people, but I don't want these people to be actually harassed. I don't believe in harassment. I believe in taking action. I believe in when it's in your hands to do something that needs to be done, you need to do it. You know what I mean? It's not about because if you harass someone, I'll put it like this: if you're harassing people, then they're going to be expecting what's going to be coming to them. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? So you're not going to be harassing or doing a lot of saying anything. No, I don't believe in that. So my point is, men do not want this stuff that you all are out here pushing. We do not want this. Okay. Second off, I have to say that a lot of this snake in the grass type of activity it needs to be, you people need to be annihilated. This is not a game. This is not a joke to me. This is how I see it. You need to be completely dethroned, is what I'm saying, by annihilated. Your platform needs to be destroyed. And what I have to say about it is I have to say it like basically the way to do that, in my opinion, the humane way, because there's other ways to do anything, but the most humane way I look at it is the humanest way or that's even a word. The most humane way is to simply, first off, you have to start with changing culture. Okay, you have to realize that like a cultural change needs to happen. Because for the cultural change to happen, that even created this disgusting monstrosity and disgrace and madness. It only started because someone pushed that. Okay? Because someone moved things in a direction. So now, now, it needs to take people to push it again back where it's supposed to be. Back where it's supposed to be. So it's like you took something out of balance and now you got out of control. I always talk about you can't give people an inch because they'll just take a mile. It's just the way it is, and that just always proves the poor character of a person, which means that they are deserving of the negative or the judgment that should be coming to them. It's showing their colors, so they deserve it worse. this is always the way it is. And it's disgraceful. Like I said, man, I bet you I'll be honest, I bet you a lot of my ancestors would be disgraced or distraught. Like they'd be like, we were Christians, or I'm pretty sure some of my ancestors, honestly, they were Christians, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them were practicing like Judaism. So my ancestors, either way, me being satanic and all that in a cult, I'm pretty sure that they would be like disgusted. You know what I mean? Um, I'm sure they would. Some of them would literally want to physically come for my head. Like they would be like, "You're disgusting. You are evil. You are disgraceful. You are nothing. You're a shame to our race. You're a shame to ever." Like I'm pretty sure they would have some sentiments very reminiscent of something like that, right? Um, and I accept that because I am who I am. You know what I mean? Well, like I said before, like people are going to be who you are. So, like I said, now some people they're just being who they are, and they're just minding their own business. They're not out here causing chaos. But there are a lot of you people, and the thing that's retarded is you're in the limelight. So you're getting attention. Um, you're swaying people. You're charming people, and the movements that you're pushing are horribly toxic. And you're just another problem. You're just another problem that has twisted people, literally, not well, literally sometimes, but figuratively twisted them in such a way that like you actually think that you're doing something good. Like you're not doing anything good. No. Just absolutely, just 100%. I'm trying to be nice with this, not be profane. I wish I had more liverwurst. I only had one pack. That was good. Wow. It is what it is. Like I was saying, you can't. This is retarded. And I have to say this, and I don't like saying this, because I don't agree with this person's belief system. Like I would be, and I'll give these people their props. Like I'm not saying these people are violent, but I'll even admit that I would tread lightly. And I'm going to explain that. I myself would be treading kind of lightly with these people I'm talking about, this group over here, um, because they're real men. That's how I have to put it. And you can see in this man's behavior, this man's preaching, this man's speech. You can see in his mannerisms. You can see that he's not playing no games. Like he's trying to be polite about it, but a real man can tell a real man. Like and can tell when they're professional, but to to a point. To a point. Like there's a limit, and don't you push that limit, because now unless you're ready for that fight, don't push that limit. Just don't do it. That's just and that's part of this culture part of what is lost on culture, because it's men like that will be the men that will stand up and will be the fighters. Those are the men that will be the soldiers. Those are the men that will actually fight. You know what I mean? And I admire that about that pastor and that group. I admire that about them, because looking at them, I'm like, these are real men. You know what I mean? Like I can disagree with their preaching. I disagree with their doctrine. I disagree with that, because Christianity is to me is another just plague for me. It's horrendous. It's something that I'm so removed from that I can't even speak how removed I am from it. But like I said, you look a man in his eye, and you can tell, and you can watch what he's doing, and you can tell what you're looking at, and you realize that like nothing bad can be said about that. But the problem with the society is, oh, they're gonna say everything bad about it. Oh, it's toxic. It's masculinely toxic. And I'm thinking like, are you out of your bro? You're forgetting that we are men. We are straight. We are straight men. We are men. It's like hello. That's like you thinking that you're gonna go into a dog pound or something, and what are you going to feed those dogs? Well, you know dogs, what dogs eat. What are you? Do you feed dogs Rice Krispies? Would you ever bring your dog to a table and fill up his bowl with Rice Krispies in some almond milk and tell him to sit there and eat it? No, right? Your dog, you'll kill your dog. So this is how I look at this: is like the culture of this society. If it's not on a physical level, on a psychological level, you're forgetting about us. You know what I mean? You're forgetting about guys like myself. You're forgetting like about guys like this pastor in this group. But then over here you have this weirdo. Whatever I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, I really can't remember his name. But I just always remember his face because it's not in a good way. It's not a face you forget. It's a face you wish you forget. The whole deal of this ordeal on this other side here is you wish you'd be traumatized by this type of behavior. This is traumatizing to see this going on. Like this is traumatizing, and the thing is this: it's not. This is the thing. This guy can be as fruity as he wants to be. This guy, I can't ever remember his name, but I'm not going to mention his name anyway. If I did remember it, this guy over here. The problem is the toxicity of what he's trying to, the way he's trying to do this. It's like, don't tell people lies like that. Do not tell people they need to be, quote, that soft. Like, don't tell people those lies, because you're speaking from a fantasy. You're speaking from a fantasy of that this life is so easy that you can behave like that, and your mentality can be that way, and you will not get eaten alive by the world. That's the problem I have with it. It's like we are not like, you ever seen on The Simpsons the fat, or is it Futurama or one of those shows, like you see the fat robot that lays on his back and he talks like this. I can't even do it. I'm trying to see if I can get the accent right. He's like I just can't really do it. It's some sort of way he talks. There's this weird voice he talks in, and everything he says is like this. And then and he literally has like fruity boys with platters of grapes, like he's in Greece or Rome way back somewhere, and he's gay as hell. And they're giving him, and he's doing nothing. Like, and he's just so lavish, so he doesn't have to do anything. He's just laying on his back, being fed grapes. Oh wow, okay, well, wow, that's just like, oh whoa, okay. And that's my point. It's like we don't live in that. Nothing is that. I mean, not would I would never want to live in that world, but that is not this world we live in, you guys. That is not the world that this is. You are not laying on your back being fed grapes. You know what I mean? And I don't care what your preference is, whether it's that you have TikTok, Instagram hotties giving you grapes, or you have some fruity boys and you're gay as hell and they're giving you grapes in your mouth. We are not sitting on our backs, laying on our backs with a leaf in our friggin' behind our ear, talking like that, having people give us grapes off of a platter. Now it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? It just does not work like that. You are going to be, first off, you are invisible. You are not getting a date in your life. I'm just going to be honest. You are not. You see this photo of these guys? I don't know if I have the photo, or I'm not putting it up. I don't think I need to look for it, but you guys have probably seen it, of this I don't know what to call it. This like big blown out, what do they call them? Like guinea pig hamster body looking tubby. I don't want to curse, but like, you know, these big potato sack looking like that beanbag chair over there. These men with, you know, with these fruity cuts in these fruity boy girl, what do they call it, like what do they call it, femboy looking esque makeup, and they're just blown out big fatty I don't know what to call it. I don't even know what walruses is. That's what walrus is. Like some straight up walrus looking. I'm thinking okay, I get that you guys are gay as hell. Okay, fine. Nothing's wrong with it. If you can, your own preference is your own preference. You know what I mean? Nothing's wrong with it. I'm not a Christian. I'm not gonna say it's not biblically wrong, spiritually wrong. It's nothing's wrong with it. That's fine. That's what you want to do. That's not me. But if you want to go do that, and that's your lifestyle, that is okay. I just hope that you're honest and open about that, and you're not trying to like be manipulative about it. But look, that's fine. But let me ask you this: why the hell do you guys look like that? Jesus Christ! It's like, you mean to tell me you don't the treadmill isn't a thing? You mean to tell me that like you're what's going on here? What am I looking at? It's like, what am I looking at right now? What am I actually really effing looking at? I'm like, this is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. And that's my problem. It's like, what is this like? Why did you have to go do that? It's like, why did you have to go? So you mean to tell me, okay, I'll give you this. Like, now I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a straight man. When I see that, I don't really want to see that. Like, I'm like, that is gay. That is gay as hell. That is gay as hell, you guys. That shit is gay as hell. It's a little unnerving to see, a bunch of walruses laid, like, what are you guys do? Laid up and huddled up, like, there ain't, but whatever. I get it. That's what you're on. But you mean to tell me, as gay men, you couldn't have like, been like some models or something, some handsome and fit individuals that got together and took like a photo shoot like that, and you mean you